So the most common part to fail on your C5 or C6 Corvette is your harmonic balancer. So in this video, we're going to go over why this fails, how you can catch it before it's too late, and what balancers to replace this with. So let's get right into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. If you are new, my name is Dave. This channel is based around the ownership of my 2004 C5 Corvette. I go over everything from repairs, maintenance, and of course modifications. So if those are things that you're interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And before you leave, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Now, like I mentioned in the introduction, the most common part to fail in your C5 and C6 Corvette is your harmonic balancer. The main reason for this is the OEM balancer is actually a two-piece balancer with a rubber piece in the middle. And this rubber piece just degrades over time, causing the outer ring to separate from the inner ring. And then this will do one of three things. The outer ring will either move forward, and if you look down your engine bay, your power steering rack is really close to your balancer. And again, in your C5s, they do not manufacture that power steering rack anymore. So you're gonna have to go to a junkyard and find a new one if the outer ring does push forward and damage your power steering rack. And of course, instead of moving forward, it can also move backwards, which could cause it to grind into your timing cover and the front part of your oil pan, causing an oil leak. And then instead of the outer ring walking itself forward or backwards, the inner ring could just spin while the outer ring stays stationary, causing your accessories not to work, which could cause your engine to overheat. None of those options is a good thing. So you always want to monitor your harmonic balancer. The easiest way to do this is just look down your engine bay while the car is running. If you see your balancer starting to wobble, that's a key sign that your balancer is starting to go bad. And even if it's not wobbling, a lot of guys will put a white mark from the outer ring through to the inner ring, whether it's to use white out, a white marker, whatever you want to do. That just marks, where the outer ring is in relation to the inner ring. And just over time, you just want to keep monitoring that. And if that line, starts to move a little bit and not line up anymore, then you know that that rubber piece, has begun to fail, and you want to replace that balancer as soon as possible. So now you've decided that you want to replace your balancer, whether it's begun to fail, whether you're doing a cam swap, or you just want to do a little bit of preventative maintenance. There are three main balancers that a lot of people choose. If you post this question on either the forums or any of the Facebook groups, you will probably see one of these three answers. And of course, they range from the most expensive to the least expensive. So the most expensive option, and arguably maybe the best option, is the ATI Super Dampener. And this dampener goes for a little bit over $400. But if you want cheaper options, the second option is the Powerbond Race Series. This balancer goes for a little bit over $200, but it's still a really good dampener. And then the third option is actually the balancer that I went with. It is the Summit C2501. And all three of these balancers are SFI rated. But the one advantage to the C2501, other than it being the cheapest out of those three, is that it is an 8-rib balancer. So if you want to go to an 8-rib system, whether you're doing, a Pro Charger or Supercharger, the Summit C2501 gives you that option at obviously the cheapest price point. Now, the one balancer that you want to avoid is obviously the OEM balancer. I know it's only like $70 or $80, but they're prone to fail. I replaced my balancer. I think the car had about 59,000 miles on it. There's nothing wrong with the balance, but you'll read posts that, balancers were failing at 30,000 miles, or you'll also read posts that people have 150,000 miles and they're still on the original balancer. So there's no rhyme or reason, but the cars are 17 plus years old. And the price jump from an OEM balancer to any one of those three that I mentioned, it's well worth the upgrade because you're already paying for the labor to get to that point. So you might as well put a quality piece back in that you don't have to worry about. I guess if you're selling the car in a year or two and you want to save a buck, you can put the OEM balancer back on, but you're really not saving all that much money. It's basically what I'm saying. You might as well just put the quality piece on. Alright guys, so that's just a quick video on the dreaded harmonic balancer for the C5 and C6. Like I said, that rubber piece starts to degrade over time. The outer ring separates from the inner, and it could cause some major problems and cost you a lot more money down the road. So make sure you keep an eye on it. Obviously, the easiest way is just look down there, see if it's wobbling, put a white mark on there, and just track that over time. Make sure that it's not walking one way or the other. And then once you do replace it, those 3 options for balancers are the way you want to go. Do not go with an OEM balancer. Make sure you pick an ATI, a Powerbond, or the Summit C2501. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.